Hello you, it's Josh here. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Today guys, we're going to be looking at another update in Theme Park Tycoon 2 right here. And today we've got some very exciting stuff like observational towers, drop towers, and so much more. There's lots of really cool things. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So first of all, we've of course got our observational tower right here. Now there is a little starting thing, as you can see right here, you know, before if we actually don't place anything. But we can actually design our own right here, which is a really interesting thing. And you'll see this with the drop tower too, that when we actually place this down right here, we can actually build up. All you have to do is click this little up thing and it brings you into this screen like you would if you're in like a roller coaster, a water slide, a train, that sort of stuff. And you can literally just click build and you can go as high as you want with this. Now, you can literally go all the way up to your build height limit right here. Now, I don't think I'm going to go, well, actually I hit that way faster than I think. But you can build these extremely high, which is a lot better than the original ones. And also, these have some really nice, interesting carriages right here. If I just go into testing, you can see, look at how cool these look. Oh, it's going without me. Oh. But look at how cool these actual observational towers look now. They actually look like a proper tower. They spin around, of course. You've got seats going all the way around the edge. You've even got vents, as you can see right here. These super detailed doors, which I'm assuming have a nice animation when they open up. And we've also got these rails going all the way up this big pole right here, all the way up to the top. It looks absolutely insane, honestly. I mean, it looks really cool. And something also very interesting, which we've never really seen before, is that this ride actually has a multi-level floor. So pretty much all roller coasters except from all rides except from roller coasters kind of are all flat like this. Like for example, if we look at the plane ride, it's all flat. If we look at the carousel, it's all flat. Whereas this one has a multi-level right here. And if we actually add an exit and an entrance right here, the cool thing is that we can see once we change that, it changes everything, including this raised up part, which I think is really cool right here. And honestly, it's a really nice feature to actually see those sort of multi-level things. It does mean that it might be slightly less customizable here though, however, because it's got the multi-levels to it. But I think, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's a nice price to pay to be able to have this really cool raised up platform right here if you can't be bothered to do all the special stuff, you know, for the average player. But should we actually give this a ride right here? Something else which we'll touch on a little bit later is the smooth animations, but we can actually just go testing, and I'm pretty sure we can literally just walk around this right here. We don't even have to sit down, but we could obviously sit down if we wanted to, and we can just enjoy a nice lovely ride up. And while we're enjoying our nice lovely ride up, I might as well go through our operations tab, because this acts like a roller coaster basically. You can see we have an acceleration, deceleration, our target speed, and we even have a custom ride mode here, which is very interesting, because that means that you can, for example, make it go 200% speed all the way up to here and then go 25% speed for the rest of it. So if you have a very tall park, or if you've placed this down at the bottom, you can get the bottom part out of the way quite quickly, and then you can pop out and see everything else. Or if you want to get up quite high quite fast, it can go fast, and then you can very slowly go the rest of the way up, which I think is a really interesting idea. And I hope to see more flat rides with custom modes like this. It does seem like maybe Dennis is going to do a little bit on the new flat rides as well, because of course we've got teacups and stuff like that, but and obviously the drop tower, which we'll have a look later. But I think what will be very interesting is, for example, if we get something like Planet Coaster has, where you can completely change it. So for example, for example, we could have the plane ride and it could go around 4 times, and then on the 5th time it could bump up and down and that sort of stuff. I think that'd be a really interesting idea. We haven't got it yet on a lot of rides, of course, but it would be quite cool to see. And with this, actually, you know, with all these new features that we've got on this, I think it could be something that's coming in the future. Speaking of, by the way, we've actually just sat up at the top right now. I mean, this just is really cool. I love it. And if we go into first person, you get such a cool view. And I'm going to be incorporating this into my parks, because it's such a cool feature right here. And it looks really nice as well. And I reckon you could really decorate this quite well. But we're going back down now, and well, that basically sums up the entire of the observational tower. A really welcome feature, and I'm very excited about it, honestly. Now, of course, our next feature, guys, is the drop tower, which has a pre-designed blueprint, of course, but we also have a custom design just like the observational tower here, which means that we can build this as high as we want right here, which again I love right here. That is such a cool feature, and you can see that we have a really detailed thing right here. We have these wheels that go around, and we have this stick going through the middle right here and everything. It's such a really cool design right here, and it looks really good, honestly. And even down at the bottom, we've got a block and all that sort of stuff. And again, we have a custom operation mode on here where we can change whatever we want. We could put the acceleration all the way up to 250 and the deceleration to 25%. So if we now test it, you can see that it'll go absolutely flying up, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no, it won't, no. It'll go absolutely flying down because there's a drop coaster, a drop tower, not a launch tower. But I'd also like to point out, I'm pretty sure these, do these change on the amount of deceleration? Sorry, we're just going to pause this here. If I up the deceleration, oh no, okay. I thought for a second that maybe those would change with the amount of deceleration. Oh wait, maybe they do, because that just, wait, hang on. We're going to test this out, boys. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh. Okay, well, I thought for a second that. I hoped that would be really cool if the more deceleration, the smaller these were. Because obviously you need less brakes for a higher deceleration. But you can see right here, though, it's a really cool tower. I think this could really easily be decorated quite well as well, which I think is quite interesting. And it means that we're going to see some really interesting things. And we even have the ride carriage coming down right here as well to come pick it up, because of course this comes and brings it up and down the tower when it drops. But that's a really cool feature. And yeah, I really welcome the idea of having custom rides and all that sort of stuff. And I think it's going to be a really cool feature if it actually gets implemented in more rides. Now, this feature is only kind of in beta because it isn't actually finished on every single ride right here. But for some rides, you can actually come in right here and you can have animated little seat things, which I think is so cool right here. You can see once we actually sit down, we actually pop in right there instead of just magically popping in, which I think is quite interesting right here. And I think on some rides as well, the actual restraints come down as well. I don't know if this one does. I think if we open it right here, if we chuck an entrance and exit on, yes, it does actually have the restraints. If we click open right here, you can actually get in and the restraints come down when it starts here in just a second, which is really cool. And I've been wanting for that for quite a while, actually. I think I've said this multiple times on streams and videos that I would love animated restraints, and it make everything come to life a lot more, and it really does right here. And of course, again, an absolutely amazing feature. This update has got some really cool stuff, which I've been wanting for quite a while right here. So it's great to see these being implemented into the game. And yeah, I really love this feature. I hope it comes out on way more rides, of course, because not every single ride is done right now. And for example, I think it'll be interesting to see some other rides like the dark ride have the actual lap bar come up and down and stuff like that, rather than just these over the head restraints. Although, of course, not every single ride is the same, and it's going to be a little bit hard for Dennis to implement them all instantly. But still, I really love this feature, and it's a really cool feature, honestly. And just to tag on from that last little bit right there, of course, guests in-game also now have that smooth animation as well. It's not just players, so the restraints will actually come up like this for them. They'll get in smoothly, like, you know, instead of just popping in now, and their restraints will come down once they are ready right there, which I think is very cool. Now, here's something that was put down to the bottom of the changelog, but something that I bet a lot of people are going to be happy about right here, because we have reduced the weight of primitives towards the 𝗦𝗵cie limit further, which is so good, because that means that basically primitives right here, we can now place more in one square without hitting the item limit, which is always such a massive problem. I hate the item limit. It's so annoying. So it's great to see that we're actually getting that lowered and lowered, because at the end of the day, I really love to go into a lot of detail with primitives and stuff like that, and the item limit is kind of a bit of a problem, so it's great to have that right here. And just our little bits and bobs here at the end, we've got improved guest pathing from and to ride seats on a few rides, balancing changes, UI adjustments, and internal changes right here, which not really much, but that's why they're the bits and bobs at the end of the day, aren't they? But hey guys, make sure to comment down below what you think of every single feature right here. And of course, here's all the lovely supporters popping up on screen right now. Thank you all so much for supporting. I could not do this without you. You're all so amazing. So thank you all so much for supporting me, whether it's through channel members or Discord server abusers. And of course, you can support me without paying, even though by subscribing, you know, liking the video, sharing it around and stuff like that. But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna end it off there, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.